It's whirring away. Whoa, we're live. Barb, welcome, everybody. We're live. It's a Tuesday. Now, confession is obviously good for the soul, so better do a bit of confessing straight away. One, we're a bit late. We've
A
not
whole
been helped
hour,
by
hour and a
daylight
half.
saving. Yeah, about an hour and a bit now. God, yeah, daylight saving. It's a joy, particularly when you forget about it. So this is the thing. You see, I'm in the UK. Barb, the gorgeous Barb, that's Delia, my cat. The gorgeous Barb is in Albuquerque, um, or near Albuquerque, and so yeah, you guys in the States. Man, you just go ahead and do stuff without asking. You change your daylight saving. We don't do ours until the end of March. Ours is the
Oh,
last weekend of March. So we have that difference. But on the plus side, I feel nearer to you, Barb. if, if only if it's just in time.
exactly. Been one crazy morning so far. I
Oh,
gotta
it
tell
has
you,
been
I
nuts.
I really didn't know if technology was working against us. So what I'm gonna do, if you can just carry us for a couple of minutes, I want to make sure that we're actually live in those destinations.
That's a very good idea, Barb. You go to that. I'll attempt to carry us.
Okay, sounds good to me.
not,
Remind me
not
to turn my mic on when I come back, okay?
Oh yes, yeah, do. Because
Thank
actually,
you.
yeah, good point, Barb. How am I going to know that?
Thank
Because
you.
I can't see you. I'll just be looking at your
Well,
picture, going,
this,
Barb's quiet today. That makes a change.
well, for folks that don't know, we are actually using an application to help us go live and distribute our live,
We
and
are.
very common, very popular one for all those times. We've already got comments. Did you see them on the side? I guess that's you. Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
that's
You did
interesting,
with your
Barb.
other eye. It says that you can go live in your school community. Let me look at
Hey,
this.
check
It's
that
already
out.
come
Look at that.
in. Yeah.
Now
So
that's
that
interesting.
how did you do that when you're aren't you lived into Facebook as Nick would? This is crazy this morning. This is absolutely crazy.
Ah, Barb, it's a mystery to me. It really is. Jeez, what have I
Oh,
done? Yeah, craziness. Um, yeah, I wouldn't. That's weird. I never thought that would actually happen when we're live streaming together. I thought that would only be on my own live stream. So I might have
that
to switch.
is what. So is that your? I don't know how you did that. You're going to have to tell me at some
Yeah, I'll
point.
tell you, Barb. I'll
But
tell you. Don't worry. You go
because
check
I
off.
know that you do have, I think that is that from a page or just your second ID that face
That's my
uh,
second profile, and it's actually the one
profile.
I'm going to be using way more than the old one. So I might
But
actually
we
at some
aren't
stage
even
switch the
friends
old one.
on that one.
Are we?
No, we're not friends. So I wouldn't know. if you, if you,
But luckily, you're already in the school community. You're already in mine. I'm in yours. We're okay, Bob. Don't you worry.
one thing's for sure, we can always find each other.
That's true.
So,
That's true.
okay, let me go check the
Right.
traps, so to
You go
speak,
check. I'll
and
carry the
we'll get it
show for a
figured.
minute.
All right, sir.
Okay, we already had a little bit. We saw a little glimpse of my. I'm down to one cat. Sorry, guys, we missed the show last week. We had a tragedy in the Wood household. I've got two. I did have two cats, a brother and sister, Marco and Delia. Unfortunately, Marco decided to have a little argument with a car in the early hours of last Tuesday morning. It was, and so yeah, so I woke up and had a very early call from the vet because they're all chipped. Just just say, and you know what happens? It rings and it says, "Oh, hello, this is so and so from the vets," and I'm thinking, "Uh oh." She said, "I'm ever so. Is that Nicholas Wood?" I'm like, "Yes." Oh, I've got Mark. And I was like, kind of knew something wasn't going to be good. But yeah, so that was a bit of a sad time. Sad time. Still a little bit sad. And of course, little Delia, she's never been without her brother, so she's a little bit. She's feeling it. I think she's feeling it. I've got. You can see here. I wish you could see. We've got all Delia's toys. She likes bells and balls. She's got all her toys all over the floor. And every now and again, she'll do a bit of crying, meow, 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 and then she'll go and play with her little toys to keep herself occupied. I swear she is calling her brother at times. I really do. However, so she's being a bit needy, and so she comes back down. She'll sit on the table, got a nice little towel because she has dirty paws come through the window. So I might have to give her a little stroke. Now, that being said, of course, we're here because we're talking about community, and not just any old community. We've got Facebook communities, we've got school communities. We could have forums. We could go super deep. We could have communities all over the place. In fact, you get live communities as well, and that's something that I've been doing recently. Is going to a BNI. I don't know if you have it in the States. I think you do. A BNI group. I was invited a couple of weeks ago, and it's not something that I would normally do. I'll be honest. I'm not a massive networking, in-person networking fan. But I was invited along, and you know what? I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I'm English, and I should be able to speak the language. I enjoyed it, and it was very good fun. And so I'm going to join it because it's nice, local business people, and I think, yeah, that's cool. So, good old Barb is signing in to check our lives this morning. Hey, so I'm joining it because I want to bring and offer some of my marketing talents to local businesses. And so this last week, I've actually been putting together and looking at using a local directory, creating a local directory as a kind of lead magnet to reach out to other local businesses. There's so much we can do. And I'll tell you, one of the interesting things was going through Google My Business and Google Maps and looking at all the local businesses. There are a ton of outdated websites, URLs, people that have no websites at all. It really is quite amazing. It's like one of those things that when you spend your life and your time in digital marketing, so you're online all the time, it's quite bizarre that you can see other people quite, perfectly okay because they're obviously, having business anyway. But you're thinking, man, I could make your business so much better, or potentially get you more leads and clients. But do you know what? They might have enough already just by word of mouth, because at the end of the day, no matter what someone tells you, there's no better lead than someone that personally recommends. And so if you've got a business that works beautifully on word of mouth, then you probably don't need digital marketing. That's the truth. However, that's not how I get paid. So of course, I am very big on affiliate marketing, digital marketing, selling online products, and that's what I do. And just before we came on air today, Barb was saying, there's people using or trying to use the school community, and they're just buy my stuff, and it's like, oh no. In fact, that is the last thing you want to do. In fact, I'll tell you what, one of my mentors, lovely guy called Wayne Crow, has sold millions and millions online affiliate marketing. And, he teaches and says to me, and he actually got me to do it in the end. And he said, Nick, don't even put a link on your profile. I mean, because people tend to, they want to put links in their Facebook posts, they want to put them in their comments, there's links to their sales all over the place. No one buys off a link on a post in Facebook. That's the truth. And so, don't have a link. Hey, have a little bit of curiosity, maybe. Just let them come to you. And so I had no problem at all saying, good point. Totally get that. Let's remove all the links. And so, it was good. And then people come in and have a little chat in your DMs, and you have a little phone calls and messages. And again, and I speak from experience. And again, it's like, I really want to give my link because and it's like, no, you have to be careful and patient. Let them come to you. Again, even play with it. Just say, I'm not sure I can really help you. And make them want it even more. Lots of psychological things go on in the selling process. I wish I knew them. I wish I knew more of them. Trouble is, actually, I do know a ton of them, and yet I still buy stuff. You know, it's that's the truth. We all we all like to buy stuff, whether you like it. You know, we do. You buy stuff because it makes you feel good. So, so no one wants to be sold. You know, they don't want to be sold to, but we love to buy. And so, if the buying process is enjoyable and lovely, then that's what you want to do. Try and replicate that. So that was my tuppence halfpenny's worth of that and affiliate marketing. But yeah, community. So why do we have communities? And that's basically because that way we can nurture people. We don't have to sell to them straight away. We don't have to say buy my stuff because you're in our community. So we can chat to you. We can talk to you. Barb, I think might be back.
We can chat
actually,
GP
we can chat to you. Look, hello, baby girl. You're right.
Oh God.
I'm having to give her a little bit
Oh,
of
the
love.
kitty.
Yeah. So you might now hear lots of bells going off because you might have a mad play attack. But yeah, so Barb, sorry, I wasn't sure whether you were listening, but so I was just saying about we were saying earlier on, you know, in the different school communities, you're saying, oh, people are just creating them or joining them and saying, buy my stuff. And if you've got a
Exactly.
community, you don't have to because you've got the person there. So just be nice, be helpful. If you have something they want at the end of the day, yeah, you can offer it. But that's how we build in relationships. We don't rush in. Yeah, just nurture.
Uh,
Yeah,
Absolutely. It's all about relationships. And I think
yeah,
that,
exactly.
I mean, after 40 years online, the thing is that I should know this stuff. And I'm telling you, it isn't, it is all about the relationship and not, I mean, because just think of it. If you're sitting at your dining table and someone says, I need this or I need that, and you've had a good experience with whatever it was they're wanting, you're going to immediately start, oh, you've got to go see so and so because they've got great stuff. And
Yeah,
that's what you're really searching for is that personal endorsement, regardless if you're a corporate enterprise or a solopreneur. It's all about relationship. And there's been several books written about that as well.
some by old family friends, Barb.
Yeah, yeah, yipper. You never know what's going to come out of my mouth. Anyway,
Anyway,
so we're still stuck on Facebook and we're trying to build a new location for our um, treasured friends to join us in. And that we decided was school. But
oh,
also, you are on Substack as well, aren't you?
I keep trying Substack, but I just keep forgetting about it. To be honest,
Um, well, I think if you came from the old school in particular, that you learned, email is king right from the get go. It's like, will they, I can if their website goes down or that virtual community that we've met on
yeah,
goes down, we still have their email address. So the second part of that strategy is to to publish a newsletter that is
yeah.
released on time periodically. So you can count on it. That's one of your daily habits. We're
Is that
looking
something
for
about
content.
consistency there, Barb?
Absolutely. And so, so many of the OGs that I'm connected to, and when I say OG, that's the old guard that we talk about,
Oh
but
God, I was
yeah.
wondering what was that. I was thinking old gangsters,
Oh, that's good
old
too.
grandmas.
don't, don't go there. So, I used to, speaking of that, I used to keep a list of acronyms to share with my clients when I
Oh,
got them introduced to the virtual world online. I said, because we're going to be actually sharing some cryptic notes, as you would think it would be, because, we even created the emojis that we created were keyboard emojis.
Oh,
And
clever.
smiling and winking and all kinds of stuff. We could do that. We became experts at that because we didn't get to see each other on video. We had
Yeah.
to communicate through our keyboards.
Mm.
And I noticed there's actually destinations online which you can search that actually specialize in printing those emojis, the emojis that are popular today, and also where we came from. Facebook, I don't know if you've noticed this, but if you knew what those old emojis were, you can put those in your copy and it will automatically translate them to the graphic emojis that we're all used to
Oh,
seeing on that platform.
yeah. I think I can do a winky face.
Yeah, right. So, anyway, I got to tell you,
That's about it.
I listened to your, and speaking of relationships, I mean, we are connected and we are connected through Nick, not Nicholas,
Um,
but we, but
like
I
trying to
happen to
fall
catch,
in.
and we are connected on school, and we are connected on Facebook, and we are connected in Facebook groups. But I happen to notice your uh, podcast, your music podcast. You haven't
Yeah,
mentioned that again, but you've already, now have you done your third episode or just second?
we've
Is
done
it's
3 episodes now.
three,
Yeah,
three.
so we've covered this. It's
Are,
called Needle Drop Nation, and
eh,
it's a love letter to our childhoods. So we talk about Gen Xers. So we've gone from
yes.
1965
Now,
to
is
goodness
65 the
knows,
last year?
65 was the first one. So
The
we've done
first one.
65, 66, which was my birthday year,
Right,
and
that's the one I attended. Yeah.
yeah, and we released. Oh no, we haven't. We've recorded 67, and that is getting released on Thursday. And Barb, you're going to love it. 67, the summer of love. It
Yep,
was the
yep,
music.
yep.
Oh my goodness,
But what's
man,
so funny, Nick?
you were there.
That music you love was generated by baby boomers. and,
Yeah,
and even some of them from the generation before. So when my husband's generation, I just laughed like crazy. And, it is cross generational. It's what kept all of us going, I think, back then. I
yeah,
mean, I just,
totally. I mean,
but
yeah. Don't get me wrong, Barb. When I was 1 year old, I wasn't taking acid or putting flowers in my hair or
right,
wearing a caftan. However,
right.
but I did kind of. I mean, it's still songs that I grew up with as a child because they didn't go away. They were played relentlessly. Have been played relentlessly ever since.
Well, I
So
think our mutual love of music is just another thing that drew us to each other.
yeah.
And I thought the podcast was really cool, and
Oh, thank you.
um I enjoyed it a lot. I literally sat there and listened to all of it, and I was like, "Oh, you kids don't know. You really
Oh.
don't know." So it's a good thing I kept my mouth shut and I wasn't there.
Oh, we should have you on then, Barb.
But the thing is that I mean, is in relationship to the online world and community building, the thing I had to learn to sing karaoke, even though I had sung from, the time I was a little kid.
Yeah.
My father had me on his knee and I would do the singing, he'd do the playing, kind of thing. It was, if you were in New Mexico, you'd call it guitar picking.
Guitar picking.
Yeah,
Bling, bling, bling.
yeah.
That sounds good
But,
to me.
and I think that when I learned karaoke, I kicking and screaming, oh, well, that's not real music. Can't be real music. But I knew all the songs that were available on karaoke. And in the 90s, when I went back to, I was working, one of my clients was Bell Atlantic Corporation, and they were involved with, developing the Prodigy Network and that. And I went back there to do some work for a time, and the person that was helping me, he was, dedicated. In fact, he wrote my company theme song, but he was, telling me, oh, karaoke is where it's at. That's where community is. It reaches across every country in the world. It's like, can we sing? And it's a great tool for teaching people from other countries how to speak English. And
Yes.
I never thought of that before, because it's much easier learning a language, in my humble opinion. It's much easier to learn alternative languages if you can sing their songs, in their
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
languages.
I get that. Yeah.
And it was just, it opened up a whole new world. And so when I was listening to your podcast, it brought back, my adventures in karaoke, so to speak,
Ooh.
because we had to do that. We built that online, and built our audience online, because obviously I was already there.
Yeah.
But
Obviously.
and I was like searching, how did it originate? Where did it come from? Where is it enjoyed? What countries accept it, and so forth? And then I realized, and I haven't said this word one time in our lives so far, but it's coming up, and that's ballooning.
Come on, Barb. Tell me you were karaoke ballooning.
Oh,
Were you really
absolutely.
singing from the top of a balloon?
But there has been music recorded, in the balloon baskets. They're on YouTube. There's footage of that happening. But balloonists love music. Balloonists are
Balloons,
very artistic
balloons
and
love
love
music.
music. Yeah.
Ah,
A balloonist is someone that is not, you could be a balloon pilot, you could be just a fan in the audience, or you could be a crew member and helping the pilot with his balloon, helping him launch, going and picking him up after he landed. I notice that I'm using the masculine pronoun, but girls, we were there. It's well
oh,
documented. it's, it's
ballooning
just
is
a
not for
general.
girls was the catchphrase.
In the beginning. But I got to tell you, that was when things, because you know who Richard Branson is, don't you? You love my name dropping.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, rings
But
a bell.
he's a bit of a famous balloonist too. But I
Yes.
first encountered connections with him on CompuServe, which was text based.
Oh,
It was the proprietary networks, and they Virgin Records, and that came
yeah.
about. So it's just absolutely crazy. But karaoke was one of the things that, I could do that night and day, quite frankly. And I
Yeah.
love watching the words come across the screen. And every time I do it, I think of my online community building efforts, because
Yeah.
whenever we connected in person, that was something, no matter what country we came from, everybody wanted to do it. Where
Oh,
can we
really?
sing? Where, because it brought us that tune, like you play on your guitar. The actual instrumental side of it is
Yeah.
what, that brought me, because you can, getting back to the native beats and all of that, it just brings the best out in human beings, I think. And
Yes. Yeah. You
so,
make a good point about the beats there, Bob.
uh-huh,
Um,
yeah. And
because
so that's why I was drawn to your podcast. And
oh,
I
interesting.
I think that's very interesting what you two chose to do. And it's gaining headway, is it not, on YouTube?
Yes, yeah, we're only three. I say yeah, we've only released three so far, and we're getting some headway. We're getting lots of nice views and listens on YouTube. It's actually starting to get some traction on a couple of the podcasting places. So I think we published to about 20 plus now different podcast hosts. We know nothing about podcasting. So we're trying to learn as we go along. But it's one of those things, Bar, a bit like us, chatting away, where we chatted about ballooning, our shared passion, or it was like your passion. I just couldn't get a word in edgeways. Yeah, we were chatting, and we just chat about music, and yeah, we decided we should do a podcast to talk about it, because it was we were interested, and so we thought we'd share it share our musings with the world. In fairness, Jodie should have been a music journalist. Knowledge is kind of like encyclopedic of music, genres and styles, so she knows which ones went with what and the
Uh-huh.
like. I just like music. I just like listening to it.
Well, I definitely enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to the next episode.
Oh.
And if you and learning about podcasting, I'm connected to the very top podcasters in the world. So, and sadly, we lost one of them earlier this year, but and the instructors as well, instructors for podcasting. And the most important thing is just pressing the button and doing it. And the second most important thing is making sure you have great audio. And
Yes.
this particular, what we're streaming with today actually is one that the application that we're using, when they introduced it, the podcasters were the first to come and say, "Hey, man, you got to have great sound,"
Yeah.
and and working with our technology. And what they learned very quickly is podcasters are also technically competent. That they knew, because they also in making early connections, because podcasting was around before, and it's really come, it's become an adult now. It's
Mm.
I'm not saying that all adults are responsible, but there is a major podcasting event each year. In fact, I think I've got a I'm getting old now, but I think we just had that just recently. I
Oh.
remember sharing a post. Yeah, I think it's in January, if I'm not mistaken. I have to look at
Ah.
that.
Oh, well, hopefully
But
we'll get
um,
invited to the next one. PodCon, or whatever it's called.
Podfest.
Podfest. Yeah.
That was a test, Barb. Can you remember that?
Yeah, I
But
like that.
both, and then now they have different distribution, uh, vehicles to use, and
Yeah.
applications, I'll say. And the very top that's in the world today, he's also a friend of mine. And it's be happy to connect. But if you guys, you stumbled onto some magic. I think it's very
Oh, thank
in what you
you.
did. And how do you, I love the music going on very softly in the background from
I was
it,
going to
or
ask
that.
you about that, Barb. I wasn't sure whether we should have some background music or not. And
Well,
then Jodie was like, "Yeah, I think we should." So I said, "I'll go with what you say, Jodie. I'm more than happy to have some background
yeah.
music." Obviously, we
What?
put it on after the event.
Uh-huh. Well,
Um, trying to make it too loud.
I enjoyed it when she was going through the history, and it was just very, you could hear it if, I mean, if just average normal hearing, to make sure you can actually hear the music. But I thought, you know what? I bet that is gonna pass all of the audio screenings from, uh, the because it's technology that's testing to see if it's copyrighted material, and
Yeah. Oh no,
it's
that
being
yeah
played and so forth.
no, we bought that from Endemic Sound, so we know we're okay for copyright on that.
Uh-huh. And
Um,
that's something that's something that not everybody knows, that it actually is available and you can do those kind of
yeah,
things.
because what we want, in an ideal world, we'd actually play the playlists that we have. But of course, we looked into that, and that was just impossible.
Well, what I think, this is the geeky word from the technology side, right?
Got him, Barb.
You're
Yeah,
look because we're doing this all with technology, with computer technology.
yeah,
We know that YouTube is number one as far as a draw. I mean, we don't have to do a lot of extra work if we do YouTube well.
yeah.
And so the thing is that you could beforehand, if you have your schedule. I mean, she's, like you said, as a historian and so forth,
Mhm.
very knowledgeable, is have that research available, and you can actually drop that, in the link when we're live, but you can also post that in the community that you create on YouTube, right? And it would be a playlist of everything you covered in there with a link to the YouTube video
Oh,
of that.
that's an idea, Barb. You genius.
Oh,
Because at the moment we're just talking about we have the playlist on Spotify, and we put the links in the show notes. But you're right, because we making the YouTube, we're recording it. So I'm just writing this down. so so because we're recording the video of us as well and putting that on YouTube as a podcast,
exactly.
if we created a YouTube playlist
And you could
for a
put a
podcast,
little, you could add a little bit of your own twist to that text information you provide with it for your playlists on in your school community, in your um, Facebook groups and so forth.
yeah,
You
of
can add
course,
text to that, but putting it in the comments, then the technology side of that is because it's just loads and loads of databases, and the technology side is if it leads with text, then the machine and it picking it up, it's getting that summary and then we'll pick up the link thinking it's helping you. And this is like
yeah,
an AI thing, if you will, like you've
cool,
allowed that AI to come to your computer and gain some
yeah,
control. It wants to know what you're talking about, and so you can actually generate
that
a lot more
brilliant,
views that way, and a lot
yeah,
more uh, stickiness, if you will, but people actually stay hanging around and watching, and those who are listening, because the audio side of it is when we're in our vehicles and we're traveling along,
yeah,
we can actually plug in the way that technology has um, transgress to what it transformed to what it is today. I mean, you can plug your smart device into your
yeah,
sound system in your vehicle and go, and that's why the traditional radio, you know, because there's a lot more people picking that up if you learn about how those waves are handled, the sound waves are handled from the traditional sense, but now we come forward to today and we can actually use YouTube as distribution and
yeah,
display. And I when YouTube approached me back in 2006, so we got to build community on YouTube, and I thought, oh, you boys, you're too far. It's not going to happen right away. But now you still have that in if you check your YouTube accounts, you have that opportunity. And the reason that that opportunity is important to you, for your audience and for you as a YouTuber, is that in that you can say, like I was live with Nick today and this is what we covered, and you have the content for it. But what's happening out on the internet is the AI is picking it up,
yeah.
and the AI search in and the traditional search that we know of. So
Wow.
I think you've got to have YouTube in the mix these days. And I notice, I'm going to say that word again. A lot of friends from my ballooning community online are starting podcasts these days.
Ah,
And that's, it's the kids get it. I really think
yeah,
the kids get it most. But as long as we are alive, if we're as long as our world is driven by humans versus tech,
yeah,
you're gonna want to connect with people um, in who share your interests, no matter where they live.
exactly,
And
exactly. You're so
yeah,
right.
so anyway,
Wow,
And
Barb.
it's blabbing along. That's I learned about blab. You know that. That's how I met
Yeah.
Stephen. I learned about blabbing, that terminology. I really hadn't thought about it since, but I know it exists in British communication history
Mm,
long
yeah.
before blab im existed, because I had a UK partner in my business at one point when he actually worked for Ross Perot. You probably heard that name too.
Prospero, I remember. Yep, I've heard of him. Yep. Didn't he run for president at one stage?
Yep, yep, yep,
Yeah.
yep. Didn't live all that far from New Mexico. But anyway, that's when the word didn't mean a lot until it was actually brought to light by from the UK for the blab.im experiment. So,
Sounds. You make it sound so sinister. The blab top. I
well, I think it's like when you
wait
help
a minute.
entrepreneurs develop their businesses, when you help other entrepreneurs develop their businesses, you and it is the whole thing of in being memorable is don't burn fires. It's
Yeah.
you need it's all about relationship, and that's what community is about. And so
He's.
i
Oh,
I really think that the world still has potential, and don't give up. and
yes.
and
Don't give up, world.
podcastings are to be able and to actually do that, to because stick to itiveness is a major issue. In fact, when I met the folks that were doing this new podcast on YouTube and found out that they use products I use, and you look for those commonalities. And
Yeah.
when I looked at that, and they said, "Oh, in case you didn't know, we had another podcast that we shut off for, two years ago."
Oh
And
wow.
but they and I looked it up on YouTube because who I am.
That's the
It's like
kind of gal
I'm
you are. Yeah.
well, right. Just Google it, and I looked that up, and it was very successful. But
Yeah.
now the world has turned to listening, and I think that putting it on Spotify and your playlist there, driving it there, that's fabulous, and that is essential as well.
Yeah.
But I do think that you can embellish it, for in your other community destinations, being able to do it
Yeah.
like
And
that.
actually having that visual, yeah, that YouTube visual playlist to go along with it. I
Of
love that
course,
idea.
on
Love
on
that
sc-
idea, Bob.
yeah. So that's about
Damn,
it
you're
for
smart.
today. I'm about through blabbing, if that's okay
only,
with you.
only so much blabbing you can do on a Tuesday. Yeah,
Exactly, exactly.
that's cool.
But there are
Oh,
some grand adventures coming up, and
cool.
hopefully Nick and I will get our act together so that we stream live consistently on Tuesday mornings at the same time. We'll
We
figure it
will.
out before it's
Yeah,
all over.
I know. It's one of those. It's one of those things. One of us has to change time for the next 2 weeks. I'm guessing it's going to be me.
Exactly. So, what time is
Yeah.
it in your country, right where you are in your country now?
Sorry, Bob.
I said, what time is it in
Oh, it's
where
just
you are
coming up.
now?
It's coming up for 3 p.m. Yeah,
Oh, man.
yeah,
So, more than half your day is over, and I'm coming up to 9 a.m.
yeah.
Whoa.
And I've had a hectic day with bad emails and all sorts of tech issues I've had to solve this morning. Every day
Hey,
is a learning day, as I said to the person.
absolutely.
Through gritted teeth. Arrgh.
We need to have a
That'd be
guest. We actually do need to seek out a guest about email, because I have 250,000 um, emails in my in basket, so to speak,
all
on
right.
Gmail.
And I,
And I've
and I,
heard of others using AI to clean that up and make your Gmail hum. And I've still heard of others who did that and lost everything. So somewhere in between.
We need to get an expert in. It's good
Right.
point. Good point.
Because I am, and of course, Google is into AI, and they have Gemini, and it's like, let us help you. And I'm like, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe. Whatever. Whatever. Yeah.
you have to add the people to the mix, or it's just not worth anything.
No. Cool.
So,
We'll get that expert in. So next week then, Barb, by crikey, it'll be back to 7 a.m. Mountain Time, which will be 1 p.m. UK listeners and
wow.
watchers, 1 p.m. lunchtime. You can watch us over a nice little roll. That'd be nice.
Yes. Thank you.
Cool.
Thanks a lot, everyone,
Right.
for
Take
tuning
care,
in.
everybody. See you
Take
next
care.
week.